Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the virtual tour of the Katherine G. McGovern College of the Arts. My name is Kelly Ibarra, and I am the manager of admissions here at the McGovern College of the Arts. Katherine G. McGovern, we're actually the baby college on campus. We were founded about 3 years ago. We used to be a member of the College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences, which is the largest college on campus. So there's about 15,000 different majors or students in all those majors there. So we're a college with music, theater, dance, and art that just has about 2,000 undergraduate and graduate students in all of our different majors. We were founded about 3 years we offer. So just a little background on our college, of course. We offer music, theater, dance, and art. And since we are the baby college on campus, our founding dean, Dr. Andrew Davis, used to be a music theory professor who became the director of the School of Music and then went on to become our founding dean. Our associate dean, Beckham Dossett, she was a MFA in graphic design before becoming our associate dean. And our director of academic affairs, Carrie Young, is the person who is going to certify that bachelor's degree once you graduate in a few short years once you join us. One important component of our college is our academic advisors. Once you get to college here, these are the people who are really going to guide you through your degree. You'll get a really one-on-one experience with them. That's the kind of nice thing about being our own college. We're a very personalized experience because being an art student is a very different type of student than a lot of different other majors on campus. So these are the people, depending on what major you're interested in, who are going to be with you every step of the way to make sure that your degree is completed on time and we can get you out in a few short years. So we do offer several different types of degrees here on campus. Of course, we have our Bachelor of Music, which is strictly for the music majors. And then we also offer a BFA in theater and then also in art. And then, of course, the Bachelor of Arts is going to be more of a liberal arts-based study, but still encompasses different versions of the arts. So to go through the different majors that we do offer in our School of Art, we of course offer graphic design, painting, photography and digital media, sculpture, art history, and then just general art if you're interested in art education. That's the option that you would have for that. So in order to apply to our School of Art, we do have a separate application process. Of course, everybody has to submit their general University of Houston application.
But then you do have a supplemental application to the School of Art at the link provided on the screen. You'll submit that application, including a personal statement, just kind of telling us why you want to be an art major and what inspires you, and then also a portfolio. So when you upload that portfolio, it needs to be at least 2 pieces of work. It doesn't have to be related to the specific area you're interested in. So for example, if you want to be in graphic design, you could upload 2 pieces of photography. We just want to see that what you think makes you the most creative and what can show us the best work that you have up to this date. The faculty will review these portfolios, and typically we say give that about a month for them to review that and get a decision back. And then I will let you know what the admissions decision is. So with that being said, whenever you're admitted, of course, with the university itself, you would be admitted to an undeclared major, and then we switch your major to art or music or dance or theater, depending on your admissions decision with us. Within the Moore School of Music, we offer also a variety of majors, including performance and education. Education is probably our top major that we offer within the School of Music because we have a 99.9% job placement rate with teacher certification. So we do have a lot of music educators, but we do also offer the music theory option. Music marketing is going to be not music business specifically. It's actually an 18-hour marketing minor directly from Bauer School of Music, or Bauer School of Business. And then also we do have the nonprofit leadership option as well if you're interested in getting into arts administration once you graduate. To be admitted to the Moore School of Music, of course, again, you submit your U of H application, but then you also have your supplemental application on Get Accepted to the School of Music. That includes submitting a personal statement, your music resume, and your letter of recommendation. We only require 1, but you can have up to 3. And of course, now we have, because of COVID, of course, we're only accepting recorded auditions for fall 2021. So when you submit your application, please include an upload of your recording that you would perform for an actual audition. And all the requirements and for that specific recording are going to be on our website. We're in the process of updating that right now. So just be patient with us a little, as it's still sort of in flux as everything has been this year. Once you audition with us, then you'll receive your admissions decision. The Moore School of Music does offer scholarships. So whenever you receive your admissions decision, if you are offered a scholarship, it will be included with that admissions letter. So just when you should receive that by the end of March, depending on, regardless of when you submit your application, the faculty will review your application and your recording all at the same time to make sure that everybody's on an equal playing field. For the School of Theater and Dance, the majors that we offer, of course, are acting, playwriting, production, stage management, theater education, and dance. It's a similar process to music as far as the application process. Once you submit your application to the School of Theater and Dance on Get Accepted, you also have to do a theater resume, a letter of recommendation, and they're in the process of setting up a virtual audition. So again, everything is still in flux, so just be patient with us while we're still figuring out how we plan to run our auditions for the School of Theater and Dance. You typically receive your admissions decision on the same time frame as music, so by the end of March, you should have a decision for any of those options. A few other neat things that we have to offer here in our college is we actually have an art museum on campus. It's free to the public and does allow student exhibitions. So we do have different exhibits that come in every 6 weeks. The Masters in Fine Arts students actually do a whole exhibit in the spring. And it's a really neat opportunity to be able to be around and get experience in a real functioning art museum while you're still a student. I know the mission of the University of Houston is to get real life work experience while you're a student, and especially as an art student, having a full functional art museum is at your fingertips is really a great experience for you to have. Similarly, with Moore's Opera House, it is actually classified as a classroom. It's your laboratory where you get to learn as a music student and perform on a acoustically perfect stage. We have a room for a full-size pit orchestra. So when we're back to being able to perform operas, we do perform 4 operas each year, fully double cast, full costume, full makeup, and you're able to experience that in a professional setting. The Opera House itself seats about 800 in the audience, and then also it is the president's probably favorite place to utilize for her speeches and different events that she likes to perform. I'm sure she would take it over if she could. But we get to use that for our students to get that experience of being on a fully functional stage in a professional environment while you're still an undergraduate and able to learn in this type of setting. One other neat option that we have is Wilhelminas Grove, which is actually right now we're performing Don Giovanni. It's going to be one of the only outdoor opera performances in the city of Houston going on this fall. So right now they're building the set in the middle of the Grove, and it'll be a full performance, socially distanced, that'll happen next weekend on Saturday night and Sunday night, if any of you all are in the area and wish to attend. So a couple things I like to mention, especially with art students, is of course you are thrown into your major specific courses your freshman year. So any advantage you can give yourself with core curriculum is always an excellent option. Core curriculum is just about 42 hours of classes that every student on campus is required to take regardless of your major. So any advantage you can give yourself, whether with AP credit, with dual credit, or even taking classes during the summer once you're a student here at your local community college, gives you an advantage because, like I said, those classes are starting your freshman year. So this is a kind of a sample schedule of a freshman for both music and theater. Art has a similar kind of structure. You are in a lot of 1 hour, 3 hour classes, but it's not like a traditional, say, business or engineering major where you just take core classes for 2 years and then you get into your upper level courses. We throw you in right as a freshman. So any advantage you can give yourself, so say you don't like taking math, take your core math at a community college and transfer it in, because there's a lot of things that go on as an arts major that happen outside of the classroom. So rehearsals, I'm sure you're aware of this from your high school experience. Rehearsals go into the nights. You have to be able to practice on your own. So just because you have a 3 hour class doesn't mean it's just going to take 3 hours of your time. So give yourself as many advantages as you can coming into college so that you can really perfect your craft and what you want to do eventually. And just as a reminder, this surprised me when I went to college. Not every college uses the plus and minus system. We have A's, A minus, B plus, B minus. So just be aware, it's not like high school where you're just an A, B, C. We do have the plus and minus system here. So you want to start out off really strong with your academic career. And of course, I like to remind students also to utilize all the student services available to you on campus. Your student fees pay for these services. So they're quote unquote free. But if you need help with the math tutoring center, or if you need help with any writing a paper is very essential to everything you'll do in your college career and beyond. And also the rec center should be on there if your stress relief is climbing a rock wall. It's definitely not mine. That would be more stressful than stress relieving. Be sure to utilize all these different things that we have here for you to make you successful. And then for you parents who out there watching, if you're wanting to be able to access your son or daughter's financial or educational records, something I'm sure it's being covered in other sessions, just remember to put a FERPA on file. Even our academic advisors can't speak to you unless you have a FERPA on file. So just make sure that if you plan to be in contact with them to do that as well. And then, of course, be sure to follow us on social media. We have lots of events and we're very active, especially on Instagram. So you can see a lot of our public art and a lot of things that are going on within our college. It's a great way to do it and great way to kind of get a feel for what it's like to be a student here on campus, especially since we're not really offering any in-person tours at the moment. But of course, if you have any other questions, you're always welcome to email me. My email's there on the screen and we would love to hear from you. And so I'm going to wrap it up. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to ask them in the chat or the YouTube channel or however this is being managed, or just head on to your next session. But I appreciate you stopping by today, and I hope to hear from you and see your application and get accepted.